Hey guys, this is Tali, and today we're talking about the most effective ways to help children with autism learn, and actually children in general. And this was inspired by a question someone just asked me, which is, that her child is growing in so many ways, but she's still totally resistant to academics, reading and writing, and just can't find a way, can't find the doorway in to help her child learn. So what I spoke about with this particular person, and I want to share with you, because I know many of you have a similar challenge, is that the way classic learning is done is usually so challenging for many children, but especially children with autism. And what I mean by classic, I'm talking about kids who are sitting at the table, asking to be still and focus on their schoolwork. And the reason why this doesn't work is because for many kids, just the act of sitting and being still in and of itself requires so much energy that there is no energy left to learn. They can actually take in the skills of reading or writing because everything is focused on just keeping their bodies comfortable, still, quiet, which is just an enormous, enormous task. So what I want to share with you is a really different way of helping your child learn, which is through movement and through play. Because number one, so many children need to move. It actually helps them learn better. It activates their brain. It helps them be alert and active in the process. And while their body is moving and organizing itself and taking care of itself, then they can be more available to actually learn. So in just a minute, you're going to see a video from my son, Ro'i. I did a quick interview with him about how he learned his multiplication tables, what we tried, what didn't work, what we then tried, and what did work. And you'll see a really great example of how matching movement and play with learning sometimes is the only way that your child can not only just learn the skill you're wanting him or her to learn, but actually have, and in my opinion this is more important, a really positive experience of learning. Now, the reason why that's more important is because if your child has a positive experience of learning, it feels good versus torturous, then that will just inspire your child to want to learn more. He will experience himself as a successful learner versus that it's just this torturous process that they're just not very good at, which will, as you can imagine, squelch any desire to learn in the future. So just to give you some ideas here, what that means is maybe your child is learning while he's bouncing on a ball. Maybe your child is learning while he's swinging on a hammock. With this particular mom, depending on the level of your child, it might mean also making an obstacle course. He's climbing through a tunnel and then reading a word or a sentence, running to the fence and reading the card that's on the word or the sentence, and doing things in the process of being active. And one more point here. The reason why this can be so effective, adding movement, either while your child is learning or throughout learning, is because most children have had such negative experiences of learning that you want to help break any association with what learning might have meant to them, that might have bad associations of having to sit still and not being able to focus and not being successful, and make learning look so different, really so different that there is no association, that they don't experience learning in the same way at all, and will help them come to it with fresh eyes, with a fresh experience, and be able to learn in a more expressive way. Making learning full of movement and play, like you'll see with my son in a moment, is one really effective way you can do that. So stay tuned to hear from my son, Ro'i. Okay, so here you are, my 11-year-old son, Ro'i. Can you please share when you were learning your multiplication tables, what didn't work and what did work?
Okay, what did work was that we used to try that we would sit two of us in a room when it was really quiet, and then she would ask me, and that didn't work because I always wanted to go outside. And then so she said,
Who's she?
So my mom.
Me?
Tali.
Yes.
Tali made your autism say that you should, I would ride my skateboard outside, and every lap she would ask me a question, like a math question. So I would go down the street, then I'd go back, and then she'd ask me, and then I'll answer while I'd have to drive. And then it helped me because it was funner, and it helped me focus.
I think there were even cones. You had to go in and out of cones. It was a pretty complicated skateboarding course.
It was hard.
All right, so let's see what you got, man. 3 times 3.
9.
4 times 5.
20.
You feeling stressed now? 4 times 2.
8.
9 times 11.
99.
Nice work.